live. Let's take a look here at old Twitch. Nice, live on Twitch. Let's check out the YouTubes, make sure we are live there as well. Neat. Live there on the Twitches and the YouTubes. So we're going to get right into it today, into the Splatoon. Don't worry, plenty of weed here to do. Let's give you a little preview. You know, we still got the volcano, we've got the mini nail. We're going to start off with some very nice blinkers with our raw garden pen here. But we'll wait till people filter in before we do the volcano bags and mini nail. So let's just go ahead and get straight into some Splatoon games, regular battles. Here we go. And we'll start off with a nice blinker of this raw garden 1 gram cart. Fun stuff. And our first battle time of the day. May it be a successful one. Starting off with the, what do we call this one? The Splash-O-Matic today. Nice mid-range, medium damage weapon. We may mix it up if we get annihilated with this. That was lucky. Watch out for the dude with the big scary splatling. Got my crab tank up. Oh shit. Getting 10 of missiles. Gotta run. Wave break. And I'm about to have my crab tank up again, which could come in super handy right about now. Well, that was dumb. I just let the 10 of missiles wipe me out. My bad. And a terrible time for that to happen, as it is very, very close with not a lot of time left, and it looks like they are tearing us up here as we all make dumb mistakes trying to fix our position here and just end up compounding our mistakes. I don't think that's going to be enough, unfortunately. Not even close. At least we ended okay. Moonfish and Mr. Bregan and Bregan 2. Not my worst game, thankfully. Well, let's go ahead and put on some gear that I need to level up anyways while we are not playing with anybody. Pretty close. Looks like old Buggy with their 463 and 1 in 5 may have ultimately done us in, but hard to say for sure. Round 2. Let's do our second blinker at the start of this match. Nice. Man, Raw Garden makes some tasty, tasty stuff. I was really hoping to get a nice little splat there. No such luck, unfortunately. So far, so good. Wow, that dude tore my crab tank to shreds all by his lonesome. I only got a splat there at the end. Of course, died myself, but no complaints. That was a pretty solid game, all things considered. Eating through this 1 gram here. Nicely done. Okay. I forget I don't play solo queue a lot, and I often forget that you have people stick with you in between rounds. I did read, and of course it makes total sense with the way the communication errors kick you out of these rooms and lobbies and things. Splatoon 3 is still a totally peer-to-peer match-made game, meaning the all of the heavy lifting of all of the internet's heavy lifting, all of the bandwidth sort of has to be routed through one player as opposed to a central server. An old practice in multiplayer games, most early online games were peer-to-peer, but not super common in this day and age, especially if you are paying for online access, which you now do with Nintendo Online. That's a vacuum gun. Let's just run away from that. They are after me. Looking like a rough start for Orange Team here. Whoop! Penned in by Purple. None of us have made it past the mid-mark yet. They are ruthless. Thought it was going to make a difference. Did not end up being the case. Taken down. At least it looks like Orange made it a little bit further out. That's got to count for something, I hope. Trying to shoot my own teammate's sprinkler. Oh, I'm liking the way this is going here at the end. Fingers crossed. I think we ended up. Wow. Nice comeback. Beautiful. All right, pretty soon we will go hit up ourselves our first real dab of the stream. But I'm happy continuing this winning streak while we got it. Well, nothing good on those. We'll change them out to fresh chunks. Nice. Man, it had been a while since I had a raw garden, and their stuff is quality, man. It tastes excellent, and what, 4 big draws, and I am feeling pretty high. I'm repeating myself. Been playing with these people since we started. A pretty evenly matched group of folks, it looks like. We got one of the guys playing with us, one of those creepy dog-looking masks, which you get from Amiibo. Nintendo's Skylanders ripoff that has outlived its inspirational, the material that inspired it by like half a decade now. Barely. And still bungled it up. I should have gotten my crab tank there, obviously. Clean up the base a little bit. There's a lot to do here. Hopefully I can get my crab tank out before I rejoin. Well, I'm not sure I did any good with it, but I got it out. Pink team is still keeping it very, very close, even with my bungling. Barely survived that one. The sniper's trying to save his teammate. Did a pretty good job of it. All right, pink team. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just sitting at base, counting my chickens. Eggs. Do you count your chickens before they hatch your eggs? Seems like it should be eggs, but feels like the expression is chicken. Noise. How many do we have in a row there? Sunny boy. Dabbing in his dog mask. A low scoring game. Not a lot of splats on either team. Not a lot of super high scores. So this, welcome back, man. Good to see you. Sorry we missed you yesterday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. It was nice to hang out with you on the day, my friend. You as well, Exodus. Really one of my favorite books of the Old Testament. You know, Genesis gets all the love, but give me some of that Exodus. I need that Moses. You know what? I've always said Noah seems like a piece of shit, and his story is dumb and boring. Adam 2, don't need it. Give me that Exodus shit. Moses, he's the OG. You seen that Prince of Egypt from the 90s? Man, that's a good film. Animated. Exodus is the best book of the Old Testament, hands down. Fuck you, Kings. Fuck you, Deuteronomy. Eat shit, Leviticus. Exodus all day, every day. That's, I hope those are all Old Testament. That's the absolute limits of my Bible knowledge. Well, that makes sense. I don't know what I was thinking there. Putting my crab tank in a corner where there's somebody who I knew was behind me. Thirsty for blood. I got exactly what I deserved there. Well, that one feels a little bit more sad. Holy Nikes. Terrible, terrible, brutal start here. Oh my Lord in heaven or hell. Noobs Rock, it just has my number something first and is putting it in my pooper every chance he gets with his sick samurai gear. I bet I know who that was. Noobs Rock. My God, this has been one of my worst in a while here. All right, time to get serious. Don't get crab tanked. Oh my God, they got behind me again. How did I not see that coming? Gin tax put me at my misery, and my crab tank this time. Well, we'd had a really nice run up until this point, and now we have got to eat a really, really brutal slice of humble pie. That feels like maybe death. 8? Maybe more. Heartbreaking. Let's not add another one to the total. As much as they might want to. Secure Towing, it says, what's in your bong? Welcome, Secure Towing. Yikes, that was unbelievably brutal. We're going to use this opportunity to take our break here as we went under the predicted pity number of like 29%. Seems like a good time to take a dab break. Secure says, what is in your bong? Secure Towing. We've got two different things, and let's go ahead and switch over while we're thinking about it. We've got ourselves a mini nail and a with cherry wildfire, I think. No, something new. And then in the bag is I don't actually have a bong. I know that's deceptive advertising, and I'm sorry. I have my volcano, and in that is waffle cone OG. Seems to be okay. So let's stop talking about all those great things we have in all of those things, and let's go do them. We'll do our first dab here, right now, for both Secure Towing and our buddy Exodus. Exodus, who says, I remember my first bong rip, coughing my lungs out more than my dab. Mine too, Exodus. I think for many of us, I see a rather strange delay on my stream here. Weird. My camera's never showed a delay before, but it's got one. I hope it doesn't show up for you guys. It looks weird for me. sorry, it's got me all frazzled. Let's go do this bong rip in remembrance of Exodus's first time doing his bong rip, his dabs. Oh, I misread Exodus's comment. That's how high I am already from this raw garden pen. Exodus says he remembers his first bong rip, and he coughed more than doing his first dab. And Exodus, I think that is also true for me. The first time I did a water pipe, I did it with a buddy of mine back in East Tennessee, and I coughed more than I had knew possible. I mean, it was comical, then concerning, then comical again, then concerning, and then ultimately probably just pretty annoying to everybody around. But by the time I did my first dab, I was more seasoned at taking huge, hot things to the lungs. But even still, your first dab is also a experience. But let's not do our first. Let's do our 55,000th dab, probably. And I'll meet you guys back there, or we'll do that cherry wildfire. Some technology. Honey, okay. We've got our material here. Let's get dabbing, and then let's get back to Splatooning. And Exodus, while we're doing this for you and our buddy Secure Towing. Oh, also, welcome Egg Popo. Good to see you, Captain Fang. When I get back, I'll tell you the time. History class. Here we go. I was essentially raised as a godless heathen. So even though I lived in the heart of the Bible Belt, there were more in my hometown. There are 4 churches to every person in the place that I'm from. So it just gives you some kind of idea. But I was not a religious person. Oh, I forgot to do this again. Science and magic. But I didn't know my Bible history. But being in the Bible Belt, my public school, a straight up public school, did have and they had no other equivalent kind of historical courses, but they did offer a Bible history course, which I took and was actually great. One of the better classes I took in my public high school. Well taught. The teacher was great. And even though she was very religious, she was pretty good at divorcing her personal religious views from the historical text. But it was still weird to have it. And that's where I learned the story of Exodus. I didn't know. I loved the movie The Prince of Egypt growing up. I had mentioned like this animated movie about the Exodus, the story of Moses. And I didn't even really realize it was biblical, that it was a Christian thing. I told you we had a fun story about the Bible Belt. But I am a known liar. All right, let's play some more Splatoon. And we will get to the volcano and all that fun stuff very soon. Exodus says he never did like going to church, but his favorite Bible verse is Matthew 5:14. Let's look that up before we hop back into Q and maybe beg Egg Popo to come save us. Matthew 5:14. I'm very Trump-like in my 2 Corinthians. I don't know, chapter, verse, all that. Okay, Matthew 5:14 says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." Interesting. I can think of many great uses out of context, but I'm not sure who old Matthew is talking about there. Probably Jesus. It seems like those guys talked about Jesus all the time. Let's hop back into regular Q. Stop talking about math, Bible verses. Get focused on the Splatoon. Oh my God, that dab was pretty big. That's okay. It's what we needed. All right, I will be that city upon a hill. In that I cannot be hidden. Wasn't Machu Picchu hidden to many people for a very long time though? And isn't that a city upon a hill? But I guess the Canaanites lived in less mountainous, less fecund territory. Easy to see a city on a hill in a desert. Less so in the Andes. But I take Matthew's point. That no city should be built on hills. All cities built on hills are evil and not of this world. I assume that was his point. Or maybe it was cities on hills are chosen places, and only cities on hills deserve to be seen. Either way, I'm going to feel very strongly about which one I choose, ultimately. Okay, no more Bible talk. Unless we get into some New Testament. Well, that is New Testament. Revelations. The good stuff. Out. Exodus says the hills have eyes, my friend. That they do. Great movie, too. Oh, shit! Well, I don't know what I thought was going to happen there, but we are losing big now. I'm, fallen 2 pieces, not enough time to recover. That's okay. Man, some of these colors, Exodus, they just look stunning. And not only do the colors themselves look stunning, especially if you see them on a beautiful OLED screen, kind Captain Fang says he's going to join in after his morning energy drink. Got to get in some stuff before the new update. That is true. A whole new catalog, a whole new world. Super exciting stuff in the world of Splatoon. Egg/Captain Fang, just let me know when you're ready to join, and I will make a room so that we can guarantee ourselves on the same team. Let's change our gear up and go. Switch from the splash to the sploosh, which I always enjoy saying as well as doing. And then grab ourselves a piece of gear with a question mark. That'll do. Bingo bongo. Yes, Exodus, the colors look amazing. Love that pink and teal combination as well, which I think you can buy them, your Switch's Joy-Cons, perhaps, in those color combinations. And they also really take a lot of consideration on the colors as compared to, like, they make sure to contrast them really well, the two opposite teams. I can't remember what else was. Oh, not only is it the colors look great, but the actual textures of the paint look amazing. They've done some incredible work to make it look viscous and thick, and like it has this. It actually looks like it flows. It's super cool looking. Captain Fang says that the new Splatter Junior, so a lot of the weapons Captain Fang is pointing out here, I think 10 weapons in this game are going to get a remixed version where they get, I keep saying paint, don't I, Exodus? And I, of course, mean ink. They're squids. It's ink. But I always say paint. But, of course, it's ink. My total bad. But either way, the texture of that stuff is just amazing. Nintendo's artists are very, very, very talented folks. That they can make something as simple as that look so impressive. Especially on the truly ancient Switch hardware. Alright, let's go back into regular battle. Whoops. Yes, Captain Fang, Egg, says, pointing out, some of the weapons are getting remixed. They're going to get different combinations of sub and ultimate weapons, which is exciting. Something I've been looking forward to. And Exodus, that one, the one you mentioned, sounds pretty great. My wife plays a lot of Splattershot Junior, so she might be excited to give that a try. All of that being said about the color, it is very quick. It is remarkable to me how quickly my brain jettisons the actual color that I'm seeing, as it doesn't matter. I only see them as like two opposing things. The way I know that's true is how often I will call myself the opposite color that we're playing, because I just think I know that there are a yellow and a purple team playing, but I actually probably very quickly actually stop noticing the yellow and just start noticing the contrast between the two colors. And so when I try to quickly recall what color I am, I will actually just pick the one that is closest in front of me, because I don't actually notice the color at a certain point. I only notice the difference between the two. That is a lot of tennis missiles coming my way, and I'm trapped like a dum-dum. Oh, I really boned that up. That's okay. I gotta remember, I changed my weapon too. I don't have a hammer. Alright, I do have a hammer now. I no longer have a crab tank. I've got a curling mine. I've got a mine I shoot out like a Canadian Olympian. Almost. Nice play by Wah Wah Wee Wah. Wah Wah Wee Wah. Let's not get pinned into a corner by those 10 missiles again. Damn it! Just deployed my hammer and taken out again by Wah Wah Wee Wah with some amazing, amazing gear. God, that would take a lot of time and effort to make all 4 of those little emblems match on all pieces. Holy shit. And a trade with Wah Wah Wee Wah to end it. Not bad. It said, read this somewhere. Inklings stop producing ink past 80, but don't start rapidly aging until 90, putting them on par with Saiyan aging. That I had never heard that before. Most cephalopods and cephalopods, unfortunately, have very short lifespans. Much more true for octopi. But there are many kinds of squid. Some with incredibly short lifespans, and then some of the bigger, deeper, deep ocean giant squids, colossal squids, have obviously much longer lifespan. But I'd never heard that before, that they do not, that some versions will age very little until they stop producing ink. Huh. Forgot to ready back up. And yes, this yellow is so vibrant. When there was every so often, well, Exodus, you know this. I think you played Splatoon 2, if I remember correctly. You remember the Splatfests? There they have defined colors. Your color is predetermined. And the last one, which was about Pokemon starters, the colors were almost too bright, too vibrant. It almost gave some eye fatigue after a while, how overwhelming it was. So that one, actually, it looks like it considered that one a loss for me because my rating went down, which means that I should probably just close and reopen the game anytime that happens. This seems to help fix the problem, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. Fingers crossed. And while that is reloading, let's go ahead and do our next bag. Or first bag, that is. All right, hopefully this takes care of our multitude of connection errors that we were experiencing. Fingers crossed. Hop back in. And here's our first bag. Let's switch over our cameras here. That is a very, very bad sign. Wow. Okay. I will be back. I'm going to reset my router. I'm not sure what is going on. But it looks like some funky stuff is happening networking-wise. Hopefully everything is a-okay. Fingers crossed. We shall see, but instead of beating our head against the wall, we'll try to